Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you another story time. And this story time is going to be about the time where I almost had to took it out with my manager. So I'm going to give y'all a little backstory and then we're going to go ahead and go into the story because this story here is juicy. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is a recent story. This just happened maybe a couple months ago. The names we're going to use in the story for the manager, we're just going to name her New Orleans. The guy, we're going to name him Coke. And the other girl, we're going to name her Purple. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all a little backstory on New Orleans. Me and New Orleans was associates. We wasn't really friends, but we was associates. We had hung out together outside of work. We had each other numbers. She been around my kids, I've been around her kids, you know. It was just that type of vibes. But New Orleans was also one of those girls that always had something to say, always in somebody's business, always thought she knew the tea on everybody. So she would tell everybody else tea but try to hold hers back, or she'll try to be private about something if something was going on, or if she liked somebody she wouldn't really say nothing. She would just basically like keep it to herself, or like tell somebody else that she think that wouldn't say nothing. So that's the type of person New Orleans was. So on this particular day, what happened was I was working like always, and me and the girl Purple, we would always make jokes with each other. We'd be like, hey, that's your boyfriend. Um, just different stuff. We would always just joke and say somebody's boyfriend, but that's just how me and Purple, whatever, I think her name was Purple. That's how me and Purple would talk. We would just be like, hey, look, that's your boyfriend. Oh, that's your husband. Oh, da da da. And Purple was married. She had a husband. She have kids. But that's just how we would play with each other. This particular day, New Orleans wasn't our store manager, but she was a manager. But she wasn't our store manager. Our store manager was on vacation, which left New Orleans to be in charge of the store. So at this time, New Orleans just thought she was running it. Y'all, New Orleans never did no work when she was at work. All she did was run her mouth and talk all day long. She would talk about this, she would talk about that, she would talk about everything but what we were supposed to be doing. So there was this guy, we're gonna call him Coke, we're gonna say his name. He worked with us. So on this particular day, Purple was like, hey, look, me and Coke got on the same shirt today. And New Orleans was like, oh, that's your boyfriend. Y'all called each other and said, what a shirt. So Purple was like, no, that's Alex's boyfriend. And I was like, whatever. Like, that's how we play. So I'm like, girl, that's your husband. No, I said, that's your boyfriend. So New Orleans goes, take it upon herself and say, Purple, I heard that was Alex sneaky link. So the whole story gets quiet. We all look around and we like, what? Sneaky link. Now, if anybody else would have said that, it would have been a ha 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 ha. But being that it's coming from New Orleans' mouth, and New Orleans think that she know everybody tea, and she always gossiping, everybody like, oh, that's her sneaky link. That's her sneaky link. So I'm like, what? And I just, we just get quiet. Me and Coke look at each other like, why would she say something like that? Like, she act like she know everybody too. Why would she even put that out there like that? Why would you think you know what's going on? And you supposed to be running this store, so you should not be playing. So I go and I'm texting her best friend like, girl, your best friend up here talking about Coke is my sneaky link. So her best friend was like, no, she didn't say that. I was like, yes, girl, she said that. She said Coke is my sneaky link, and everybody's finna take that to the grave with them. So her friend was like, well, how would she feel if you told everybody that she like Sprite? So I'm like, she likes Sprite. So, me being me, I'm like, hey, New Orleans, don't you think Sprite cute? Y'all, you would think she saw a ghost how she looked at me. She said, you would think she saw a ghost. It was so funny. So, she was like, how you know that? How you know that? Who told you that? Who told you that? So I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't you think he cute? She was like, yeah, but he is too young, and I got a boyfriend. Da, 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 da. Going on and on. So I'm like, it's not fun when the rabbit got the gun. Now you looking crazy. So y'all, she mad. And she asked me, like, who told you that? Who told you that? That's why I don't tell people my business. Who told you that? So I'm like, girl, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I said, oh, he said what time he come in. Y'all, I don't know the boy. Text the boy. Can't even communicate with the boy because I don't know him. But just because you want to act like you know something or you want to play in the wrong tee, I got you. So I'm like, oh, he said what time he come in today. Yeah, I don't even know if the boy was on the schedule. But I said what time he come in today. And she was like, oh, I don't care. I can tell him himself. Yeah, she goes in the back office. She called her best friend. She called another manager. And she called a boy. And she was like, I'm grown. And if I like you, da-da-da. So, y'all, I got off for work. I think I used to get off at 2 o'clock. And it was about to be time for me to go. So, the whole time from the time that I was there, she disappeared. Like, she went in the office, which is normal for her to do. But she was not talking to me. So, when I had got off and I went home, I texted her because, like I said, y'all, we was associates. We was cool enough to talk to each other about whatever. So I texted her and I was like, why would you say something like that? Why would you say, like, in front of a whole bunch of people that that's my sneaky link, and knowing that you know who you are and how you talk, people are going to think that it's true. So she texted me back and she was like, everybody know it was a joke and you need to act your age and not your shoe size, and kept going on and on. And she was like, whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever, like, I'm acting my age. I came to you and I asked you. I said, we supposed to be cool. We supposed to be friends or whatever the case we supposed to be. So I'm coming to you as an adult and I'm asking you, like, don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that, because don't do that. Like, no, don't do that. So the next day come around, y'all, I'm working very, very hard. Working hard. Doing my job. Not even, once again, Purple is there. I don't think Coke was there at the time. I don't think Coke was there. But Purple was there. I was there. And New Orleans' best friend was there. Well, she called her best friend, but they ain't best friends. They friends. Her best friend was there. And I was doing the window. And Purple was, no, I was bagging. I think I was bagging. And Purple was doing something on the table. So it was this order. It was a really big order, and the person was still standing there. So it was a whole bunch of sandwiches coming up. So I'm like, hey, Purple, is this food, is this the 8 for this order, or is this something for something else? And she was like, I don't know. I was like, well, the person is still standing there. So I don't know if it's for me or if it's for somebody else. So Purple was like, hey, New Orleans, is this the order for that? Y'all, this girl gonna say, Alice can ask me herself. She need to ask her age, not her shoe size. So I'm like, I didn't need to ask you because I didn't ask her to ask you. Like, if it was something that I wanted to ask you, I could tell you. So she was like, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I said, I know you're not still mad over something that happened yesterday. Like that. So she was like, you can hush or you can go home. I said, you ain't finna tell me to hush. And you're right, I can go home. She was like, bye, clock out. I said, I'm gonna clock out when I'm done. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clock out when I'm done because you're trying to be petty about something that don't even make sense. So, y'all, she started going on and on and on, cussing, getting loud. And I'm like, who is you talking to? Like, girl, I'm finna go. She was like, I'm gonna clock you out. I don't care. I'm gonna leave when I'm done with this. So she kept trying to get louder and louder and loud. She kept getting loud. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm finna go because now I'm getting mad. And I'm not finna argue back and forth with you. And when I get mad, I want to fight. Like, I don't want to keep arguing. I want to go outside and we can fight. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go in the back and y'all, I'm mad. I'm like heated. And because she had said, she was like, it ain't my fault your joke was true. It ain't my fault the joke was true. And I was like, that's your problem. You always think you know everything and you don't. Like, you don't know nothing about me because I don't tell you. So she just kept like trying to get louder and louder and louder. And she was like, Ian, you're going to be off the schedule next week. Ian, I'm going to write you up. Girl, I don't care. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Do whatever makes you sleep at night. Because apparently you need this. I don't. You want to be up on it. Like, I got a new job coming. My new job, as soon as they tell me I'm good, I'm gone. Okay? So, I'm like, girl, I'm finna go. Like that. So everybody like, oh, just leave. I'm like, I'm finna go. But then she was like, she finna write me up. So I said in the break room, I'm like, if you're gonna write me up, I need to see my write-up. Like, I need to know what I'm being wrote up for because you're the start of it. You started it. You want to write me up and let me know what's going on. Just let me know. So, everybody like, no, just go, just go. And I'm in my car like, y'all, I'm mad. I'm calling my cousin, I'm calling my aunts, I'm calling everybody because I'm mad. And I'm like, this lady really just tried me. She tried me on some little girl type stuff. So I go home, I change my clothes. I'm like, no, like, she gonna have to show me this write-up. So I change my clothes, I come back, and I'm like, I'm waiting. And I'm like, hey, can y'all go tell her, like, I'm waiting on my write-up because if you wrote me up, I need to sign it, and I need to see what you put on that write-up so that I would know what I did. You ain't telling me what I did. I need to know. So she's like, okay, I'm going to tell her. Like, I'm going to tell her. But, y'all, she never stepped foot out the office. So she went to the back, and she called the store manager, which was on vacation. And she called the person that was over the store manager. I can't think of what his title was, but whatever. She called him, too. And so, y'all, I'm sitting in my car because I'm about to leave, and I'm talking to my best friend on the phone. And my best friend is a male, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, no, best friend, like, she really trying me. And I'm telling my best friend to run down, and he like, we gonna get money regardless, so just leave it at that. He was like, just leave it. I'm like, no, because I work tomorrow, and if she here tomorrow, like, I don't want to work with her. And I want to know, like, why, what she wrote up on that paper, because you're not finna lie on me. You're not finna write me up and I don't sign it, I don't see it, and you just turn it in like I refuse to sign my write-up. So I'm like, no, I need to see. So, y'all, as I'm sitting in my car and I'm on the phone like, yeah. And I look, and, y'all, I see the car pull up, skirt, don't even hit the brakes, don't put it in park, nothing. He jumps out and he's going in. I'm like, hold on, best friend. The man that I need to talk to, he right here. So I go in the inside, and he goes to the back, and he's like, and then he come back out. And when he come back out, he's like, come here, let me talk to you. And I'm like, okay, what's up? So he was like, she called me, said that you trying to fight her, you want to jump on her, you told her to meet you outside. And I'm like, nobody ever said meet me outside. That's not what I said. I said you're running your mouth a lot and you know you can't fight. That's what I said. Remind y'all, I know she stay. I know she drive. I know a lot of stuff about you. So it's given. If I really wanted to fight you, I could pull up to your house. I can follow you. I can do all of this. Why would I want to fight you at your job? You just make me mad and I want to see my write-up. That's all that is. You going to show me the write-up or you're not going to show me the write-up? So I guess she decided that she wasn't going to show me the write-up, which is fine. You don't have to, but I'm going to see that write-up, and I'm going to sign it, and I'm going to do what I want to do. So basically on the write-up, she said that it was a joke being made, and she said something that was true, and I got mad. And I started cussing at her, and I started getting loud, and it was a distraction to the customers and stuff like that. So he asked me, he was like, what happened? So I'm telling him exactly what happened, word for word, how it happened, what happened, the day it happened, the next day what happened, and all of that. And he had told her that she should apologize to me because basically that was a rumor. Like, you're spreading a rumor on me. You're not joking because you said the joke was over once she said that was my husband. And you went into it and you was like, no, that's her sneaky link. And, you know, like I said, everybody knows how she talk. She's the one who run her mouth a lot. So everybody looking at it like, girl, you trying to say something without saying something. You trying to know something without knowing it. So it's giving you're nosy. So once he said that, she just sitting there looking. She was like, no, because it's true. He was like, how you know it's true? She was like, because I know it's true. I know it's true. So he was like, no, you don't. You need to apologize. And he was like, basically, you supposed to be the store manager. Y'all, our store manager, she don't talk to us. She barely be working herself. But she don't make jokes like that. She don't do all that. So he was like, okay, well, you're gonna get this day off, and you can come back when the store manager come back. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't got no problem with it, none whatsoever. I don't have a problem. So I think that happened on Thursday. So it was probably Wednesday and Thursday. I was supposed to work Friday, but of course, I had not to work Friday because she was in charge. So I don't work. I wasn't working on Saturday and Sunday, so I had to come back on Monday. When I came back on Monday, she wasn't at work on Monday. So our store manager had came back. And the store manager was like, hey, let me put you to the side, asked me what happened. So I told her. And she was like, yeah, pretty much what her best friend told me is the same thing that you just said. She said what she said was not, like, nobody said the same thing she said. So I'm like, exactly, because she a liar and she's scary and she knows she can't fight. So she had told her the same thing, basically what she had written up, and she told her that I was trying to fight her. And I was like, listen, you know, I know, we know. If I wanted to fight her, I know what she said. I could just go to her house if that's what I wanted to do. If that's what I wanted to do. No, I said I wanted her to show me that write-up. Oh, and remind y'all, the man did say that she was supposed to let me sign that write-up. If she wrote me up, she was supposed to write me up right then and there. And before I left, I was supposed to sign that write-up. She didn't do that because she was scary. So that happened. Y'all, she had stopped scheduling herself to work with me. We had ended up working, I think, one day together. And she didn't say nothing to me that whole shift. She would be like, hey, I'm sending this up. And y'all, she would make, she already cockeyed. She could barely see. She would make stuff and she would send her the wrong stuff. And I just would put it in the bag and not say nothing, because one thing about it, two things for sure, I don't got time. So she would make the wrong stuff. I would just put it in the bag and bag it up and give it on to the people. So y'all, I don't work there. I had end up start working there like maybe like 2 or 3 days after that happened. I had ended up getting another job, a better job, paying job, good job, no co-workers, work by myself, do my own schedule, all of that. So I had ended up getting a better job, so I just stopped working there. I go up there. Anytime I come up there and she's there, y'all, she disappears. She goes to the back. She do not come out. She will wait till I leave. She will act like she got to do something. If she noticed me, she will not come. She will go to the back. So I recently heard that she's going to another job. She's working at the same, she's doing the same thing, but she's going to a different store. I guess because that's the one that I go to, because I know they're going to get my stuff right. I'm not finna go somewhere else and they don't get my stuff right. Y'all know me. Y'all can get my stuff right. I'm going to continue to go here. As long as I'm spending my money, I can go wherever I want to go. I'm not bothered by you. I'm not bothering you. So, y'all, she'll go to the back. She'll disappear. She will not be nowhere for me to see her. Like, she'll look at me and she'll go head on to the back. I'm going to head out. That's what you do. Because you know, if I want to fight you, I'll fight you. Period. And plus, one of the jobs that I work at is right there by her house. Right by her house. Girl, if I wanted to go there, I could have. But I didn't, because my grandma was on the Bahamas trip. And y'all, it was just me. And I had to go pick up my kids. Kids are important. And fighting her was not important. My kids are important. Because I already knew that I had a job lined up waiting on me. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time on when I was about to get active with my manager. She didn't want no smoke, though. She didn't want no smoke. She knew better. She definitely knew better. And y'all, I had known her for at least 5 or 6 years. I had known her for a very long time. A very long time. But that's the end of this story. Like I said, positive energy only, no bad days. Don't let nobody control your energy, your emotion, your feelings, none of that. Everything positive. All right, bye y'all.